Hello mate, I'm Tiger Track, introducing us to this top 10 robots list of 2020. Anyways, yeah, I just wanted to show Tiger Track because even though he's a repaint of a Siege figure from 2019, and I don't really want to count him because of that, I love this guy, and honestly, I don't feel like I would love it as much as Sideswipe as I do as Tiger Track. And like, well, Deep Cover, the blue and black one coming out, must buy for me. I need that in my life. I don't know, I don't even own Sideswipe or Red Alert, but I love the repaints, and Tiger Track is amazing. I just needed to shout him out, but he is not on the list. Anyways, top 10 robots of 2020. Let's get on with it. This is separate from my figure video, because for the robots, I'm talking about Transformers, Gundam, and obviously other kinds of robots. Because I like the action figures kind of deserve their own appreciation in comparison to the Transformers and other robots. I do, you know, group Gunpla and Transformers together just for the sake of they're both robots. It's kind of fair. But yeah, we're starting off the list. Number 10 goes to the Diamond Select Iron Giant. This thing's just so fun. I love it. It had to be on the list. I could not have taken him off the list. There's other Transformers I've gotten in 2020 that are really cool and maybe cooler than him. But I could not get him off the list, man. I love him. He's just so nice. He's just... watch my review if you want to see more about him. But if you're a fan of the movie Iron Giant, you gotta get this figure because it's just so good. This is such a fun figure. I love it. So that's number 10. I'm trying to think how I did the ordering. Then number 9, I'm going to give to... they gotta come as a pair. They can't be separated. Except Hasbro separated them. Runabout and Run Amok. These are just dreams come true for me. I needed these guys in my collection, and these figures are really fun. They're honestly one of my favorite figures to come out of Earthrise. There's been some really good Earthrise figures. There really has. There really has, but gotta give it to these guys. I really do, because they're really good. And they just fill that hole that my collection desperately needed to fill. So yeah, I'm very happy about that. Definitely worthy of being number 9. And then number 8. Kind of surprised this guy's so low on the list, but it's... Come on, everything in this list is awesome. We can't deny. The HG Origin Gundam. I normally don't rebuy mobile suits. I already have the HG Revive, but come on, man, look at this. I had to get this kit. And I'm so happy that I got it and built it in the year. Also got to give a shout out to HG Heavy Arms. He was an awesome kit. What other ones did I like? This didn't make the list. Just barely didn't make it. Let's see. Heavy Arms didn't make the list. Oh, the Gundam Go4, the Unit 4. Very good kit. Just barely missed the list, but really good kit. Love this guy, though. Really awesome Gundam. I need to make more Gundam videos. I've had some people ask. I think I'll try to make some more Gundam on the channel. Not in this batch of videos, but in the next batch. So that's number 8, the HG Origin Gundam. And then another guy just fell. Alrighty, so number 7. This guy has remained on the list for most of the year, and he still triumphed. This is the only Studio Series figure to make the list. Blitzwing just barely missed the list. Very awesome figure. I love him. I did build a Devastator. Very cool figure, but not list-worthy for me. I don't know. Some figures didn't even come out in 2020. He's cool. He's big. He's cool. He's awesome, but he's not the most fun figure. But this Shockwave is just so great. I think it's amazing. I love the deco. I love how he looks. It's a very, very clever engineering reuse of ROTF Megatron. One of the only issues is this super rubbery blade, but you can always like buy a upgrade kit or whatever if that bothers you that much. I don't really do upgrade kits. I don't know. I just don't do them. But yeah, Studio Series Shockwave is just gorgeous. Maybe someday I'll stop bumping into the camera. So that's number 7. Number 6... and then after this, I'm going to have to actually start picking up the camera and showing you guys some stuff. But number 7, actually, that was number 7. Number 6 goes to, and he's kind of in an odd pose, I'm sorry. This guy was like preliminary for the list earlier, but after I built him, he definitely had to make the list. The HGUC Messer. Unfortunately, the movie got delayed, Hathaway's Flash, but we still got the kits for it. And so far, this is one of the only Hathaway's Flash kits I have gotten. I have not gotten the Penelope. I might someday, especially after I see the movie. If I see the movie and I'm like, I need that, then I'll get it. But the Messer is just so big, so chonk. Really good kit. No polycaps really at all. I love the design. I always love when there's like a little bit of, yellow venting and all that. And he looks so aggressive. I mean, he's basically like a Gyaradoga evolved. And who can be mad at that? That's a really cool figure. So that's number 6. And then I got to pick up the camera and show you one of my shelves for number 5. I apologize for the lighting, but I didn't want to get him down, and I also just wanted to show him in his entirety. Number 5 goes to Piranacon, King Poseidon. Absolutely amazing release. One of the last combiners we really needed for the collection, and I'm very happy they did it. Sure, it was an expensive Takara release. Very expensive. But you know what? Awesome figure, man. I really have no complaints. It has the Combiner Wars issues of, maybe not standing in every pose you want it in. Some pieces, like some legs kind of splitting. But look at the trident. Look at the head sculpt. He is just gorgeous. He is such an awesome figure, and I'm so happy to have him in the collection. Number 4 goes to another Gunpla. 3 Gunpla on this year's list. And that's actually a lot, given how some years have only had like 1 or 2. This guy goes to a remold of a 2019 kit, but this was only released in 2020. I did not get the Moon Gundam because I was holding out for the P. Bandai Vargule. And yeah, I love it. I see what everyone was going on about with the Moon Gundam, except now it's in a flavor that I like. Because I just didn't like the Moon Gundam design. I mean, the actual, mobile suit looks amazing. But I just didn't like it in Gundam colors, and I didn't like the head, and I didn't really like the, the moon, the half-crescent moon on the back. I don't know, I just didn't feel it. I just wasn't feeling it. But this is basically a Sazabi prototype, and I love it. I love the Vargule. I love the design, I love the head. I think the head's way cooler on this guy. Then again, I'm a Zeon guy, a little biased. I prefer mono-eye Zeon suits with like the mouth plate and all that. He's got the funnels on the back. He's got a lot of detailing. I did pick some of it out with some highlighting, with some black, because you gotta see all this highlighting, man, because there's so much detail into this kit, and you really just need to digest it all. And a lot of it's like parts where it has like gaping, like there's some separation in the part, but still there's just so much detail into this guy, and it's really intricate. And this model is amazing. This basically is bordering on a real grade, but it's a high grade, and I love that kit. And if I might go back and get the Moon Gundam, even though I trash talked it, just because I love the kit itself that much. Alrighty, top 3 time. Number 3 has to go to Earthrise Optimus Prime, because this is just the perfect G1 Optimus Prime at the retail scale, not including Masterpiece or third party. This is just really good. I mean, it's not perfect. I'm sure, give it like 5-10 years, they'll come out with one that's basically a mini, like, MP 3.0 Optimus. Because this is basically a mini MP10. Let's be real. It's pretty much a mini MP10. And if you get the accessory set, you can give him Sideswipe's jetpack, which obviously I have because he used it. It's actually more iconic for Prime to use it than Sideswipe. You can give him a nice bigger gun, and you can give him his Energon axe. I mean, come on, man. This figure's amazing. And I did get it in the Dead Optimus Prime. If they make this mold in the Nemesis Prime, I will get it. I wasn't sold on the Netflix spoiler pack because it reused the Siege body and it was more of a gray than a black. But if they make this pitch black as an exclusive, not Takara, I am going to get it. So yeah, number 3, for sure, Earthrise Optimus. Absolutely stunning figure. And number 2, I got to pick up the camera again because, once again, I do not want to, I want to show this guy in his full glory. And for that, I just have to show you him on the shelf. Earthrise Scorponok is something to behold. I love this figure. He did officially wreck my classics shelf, and the figures had to bleed over on top of my Cybertron stuff. But you know what? It's okay. It's okay. It's still kind of coherent, like odd late G1 Decepticons. It's kind of what I was going for. And Scorponok is just... I love, love, love this figure. It's probably my second favorite Titan class, just behind Omega Supreme, because Omega Supreme was a dream come true. But yeah, definitely my number 2 goes to Earthrise Scorponok, because this thing is just amazing, and I love it. So my number 1 is kind of out of the blue. I never expected this figure to be my number 1 favorite robot of the year. In fact, I expected my favorite robot to be the 3-0 Soundwave from the Bumblebee movie. But that did not come out mainstream within 2020, but it's coming out very, very soon. I know some retailers are shipping it out. The place I ordered it from has not shipped it out yet, but I will be getting that figure within the next couple months, I'm sure. But Soundwave still made number 1 because the Earthrise Netflix figure is amazing, and it's exactly what I have asked for ever since I started collecting Transformers classics. So I do have the music label Soundwave, and I still love that Soundwave, and I'm still debating whether or not I want the music label or the Earthrise on my main classics generations shelf. This guy will definitely fit in better, and I can always have my music label be like the head of all my other Soundwaves on my Soundwave shelf. But this thing, it's just the full package. You get a really nice laser beak. He has the red visor. That's a plus in my eyes. That's always a plus. This is exactly what the Siege figure should have been. They should have just skipped the Siege figure and just made this. I did give him the Siege weapons, because the Siege weapons had a little bit of the red on them, and for some reason they didn't paint the red on the Earthrise one. So I did give him a little bit more color. I did give him the Siege weapons. They're exactly the same besides that. And unfortunately, he doesn't have the red stripe on the arm. That sucks. But other than that, man, look at the paint. Look at the head sculpt. They did change the head sculpt from Siege. They made it more G1-y. It looks a lot more like the MP Soundwave. But, oh my gosh. And then the Ravage isn't that good. Honestly, he kind of stays in the chest. I still prefer the Ravage that came with the old Universe Hound. But this figure is just, I love it. And one feature I don't feel like anyone talks about. This extra gun he comes with, you can keep it on his back, right? You can actually like use it as sort of like a display base for Laserbeak. Like, has anyone else thought of that, or is that just me? Like, I don't know. But I think that works. Sure, there's a gray rod sticking out of his back, but come on, it's a toy. Some display bases are like giant black things shoved up a robot's butt. You know, I can live with that. I think that looks really cool. I love this figure, I really do. I'm so surprised that it made it to number 1. I really am. But as a Soundwave fan, this thing is amazing. I'm debating doing another old versus new, because I already did an old versus new on G1 Soundwave compared to Siege. Maybe I'll do one like on another Soundwave. I don't know. But I really might. I want to make a separate video on this Soundwave because I love it. And it's by far one of my favorite Soundwave figures. Blows the Siege out of the water for me because this one can actually transform into the cassette, which is great. And it's like the pure G1 look. And it already came with Laserbeak and Ravage. So that's a plus. But yeah, there we go, guys. That's pretty much it. That's my top 10 robots of 2020. Yet again, even though you're only looking at like 9 here, I'm just gonna put him in here. Shout out to Tiger Track because I love that guy so much. Very amazing year for Transformers. A lot of great studio series and Earthrise releases. A lot of great Gunpla stuff too. I didn't build every Gunpla from 2020. I did not build the Verka, you know, the Wing Zero custom. I will get that eventually. But I did not build it. Did not build the perfect grade Unleashed Gundam. I don't know if I'll get that. I might. It looks really good. I'll definitely get a PG Unleashed Zaku too if they make that. 100%. I'll get that. But yeah, guys, there we go. Top 10 robots. Really great year for robots, for Transformers, for Gunpla. I honestly couldn't have asked for a better year. This year was amazing for toys. Everything else, not so much. But for toys, it was great. This is part 2. Part 1 was action figures. You can check that out. And part 3 will be pickups, figures that I got in 2020 that were not released in 2020. Alrighty, guys, that's pretty much it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to comment, like, blah, 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 do all that. I don't really care anymore. Have a good one, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.